Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for mid-October 2024. You have this unrevealed secrets. It says, what is happening on the surface is not what you'll see if you dive deeper. You have this ultimate fulfillment card. It says, you are now entering into a time of peace, happiness, and emotional fulfillment. So that looks good. What I would say is I definitely feel that it is a great time to dive deep into anything that you're interested in, just like this card says. We have all these retrogrades at the end of the year here. And I think retrograde times are excellent for, really looking into things that you're interested in or, things that you want to create or have in your life. So, I think everybody always worries. I really think that retrogrades get like a bad rap in astrology because number one, tarot and astrology do not control your life. You do. But number two, they're just a great time for, really digging in and really doing things like research or, kind of revealing things to yourself. So if you're interested in something, don't just stand on the shore, is what the Three of Wands says. The Three of Wands is your current general energies. And here he is standing on the shore looking at these boats that are on the water. And he's thinking to himself, what would happen if I got on one of those boats and went on a little adventure? Those boats, a lot of people read this card as your ships coming in, which it definitely can represent. But those boats are pointing out of the harbor. And so he needs to get on those boats and expand. To expand, he has to leave his limited perspective. His perspective is where he is standing right there. And those boats are going somewhere he's never been before. Just like that card says, that you have to dive deep into something that could be very expansive for you or could lead to a lot of expansion. Next, your crossing energy is the Devil. You have the Ten of Swords also showing up in the area of your closest relationships. And so, I feel like these two cards are connected is what I'm trying to say. And so I think that a lot of you, something that could be being revealed to you at this time is the relationships that are kind of like taking from you or the relationships that are stealing from you. And I feel a lot of you could be making major changes in relationships. Pretty sure this has come up for you quite a bit, Aquarius, in the past few readings. So again, if you feel drained, when you're with a person or around a person or in a group of people, then that could be a clue to you that you need to, walk away from whatever that group is. I do feel like it looks really good for this reading for love, for example. If you want love, even with the retrogrades, wouldn't worry about it. But again, if you're feeling drained or you feel like someone is sucking your energy out of you, then I would definitely be careful of those types of connections. I also feel that some of you could just, again, I think that people make tarot way too dramatic, right? This does not have to be a big dramatic deal. This could just be something that you feel attached to that you could easily set yourself free from. So again, if you have something in your life, it could be a job, a business, a habit. It could be part of your routine. It could be a person that you just feel is stealing your energy. Then again, the Devil, these people have these chains, but those chains kind of hang very low. They could easily lift those chains from around their necks and set themselves free. So again, if there's anything that's draining you, just in general, the Devil can say it's time to set yourself free from what's draining you. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, the area of your thoughts, you have the Death card. The Death card is thinking about making a change in the area of your thoughts. So, again, we have Pluto moving into your sign in November, and I think that it'll be impossible for you to not think about changes that you want to make, and it's going to be hard for you to not think about like new directions. I actually feel that you're kind of excited. We have this child right here, and the child is holding flowers up to the Death Rider, and the child is the only person on the card that is like not begging for their life. They're not, begging for things not to change. Usually children are excited by change. So again, I think that you are more in this excited position for new beginnings or new directions. Even your outcome card is the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is all about being enthusiastic about a new direction. So like I said, I think that you're more excited for a change. In the area of your foundation, you have the Four of Cups. I do feel a lot of people are kind of thinking to themselves, like right now, Today is October 12th, so, even in the beginning of October, maybe you've been thinking to yourself, like, when am I going to get what I want? He has been disappointed with the results that he's been getting in these 3 cups in front of him, and he has this new cup that's reaching out and kind of making him an offer. So, again, a lot of you might be thinking that you're never going to get what you want out of life, or that you're not going to have, or that you're going to, like, miss out on certain experiences, and I kind of just don't feel much on this 4 cups, other than I feel it's saying that's not true. I feel like it is saying you are definitely going to have the experiences you want. It's going to require some changes. It's going to require expansion with the 3 of Wands, and maybe going to require you to do things that you never thought you would do in your life. But, I think this is like part of the adventure. And, the other thing is, I think you need to focus on your own happiness. We have the 10 of Cups to the 9 of Cups here. In the 10 of Cups, these people are choosing happiness. They're choosing to do things that make them happy. And the 9 of Cups is all about matching the energy of what you want. So I think there are some, pretty easy solutions for you to get what you want at this time. And, I think you're going to be moving towards those things. You in the area of the past, this is the energy of what you're moving past. You have this releasing blocks card, which is great that it's showing up in the past. It's saying that you probably have released some blockages. You have this talk to the moon. It says communicate. Yeah, I think communication is going to be important for you moving forward. Communicating your wants, needs, and desires, even if you're just talking to yourself, or even if you're just kind of communicating these things to the universe. I think as long as you're getting it out, that's what's going to be important with this energy. You have the Knight of Wands in the past, and again, I really like that this is coming up in the past. I feel like you feel less scattered to me and much more focused in the future kind of positions in the reading. The Knight of Wands is not necessarily a bad card, but it's a spontaneous energy. It can represent the need to be spontaneous, but it can also be a little bit scattered, and it can be kind of like a card of where it's hard to make a commitment, right? And so I do feel that there's some sort of commitment coming in for you because you have the Page of Cups. This does not have to be love. I feel like you're making a commitment probably to your dream. We'll talk about it in a minute. Or, probably to a new path. But, I feel like maybe it's been hard to make a commitment, and now you are getting to a place where you're going to make a commitment. In the area of your very near future, we're actually going to start with these cards. You have this Meerkat card. It says group dynamics, discussion, and effective leadership. You have a Seahorse. It says composure, serenity, and fatherhood. So I think for a lot of you that, group dynamics is definitely something that shows up here because you have the 10 of Cups. And so the 10 of Cups is like happy home, happy family. But the 10 of Cups could be any group that you belong to that brings, happiness into your life. I almost feel like some of you need to take the lead in groups, or in a group if you, work in a group in your career or your business or something. There's something about you kind of being the decision maker, or you being the one that makes decisions, and I kind of feel that here. I also feel that if you do belong to a group right now, that there could be a change in the leadership. Yeah, it says effective leadership here. It's almost like popping into my head that some of you, it's like if you belong to a group, let's say you work in a group in work or business or something like that, I feel like there could be a leadership change, but you could be the one that's becoming the leader is kind of what I get there. And if there's an opportunity, it is popping into my head that if there's like an opportunity for you to step up and take the lead, like I would ask for it, especially in work, ask your boss to take the lead, or, if you need to apply for a promotion or something like that, I think it would be a great time to do that. Also in the very near future, you have the 10 of Cups. Again, 10 of Cups is happy home, happy family. If you're looking for love, definitely a good love reading for sure. That you could be meeting a person where you have a family with them in the future. The 10 of Cups is really a card of focusing on happiness. They are standing in the real world, but they're celebrating these 10 cups that are up here. So they are choosing to focus on what makes them happy. Your outcome card is the Page of Wands, which says you need to focus on things that make you feel enthusiastic, and you need to move towards your enthusiasm, and you need to cut out the rest as much as you possibly can. People always ask me, they say, like, I try to focus on happiness, but there are things I have to do. We will always have certain obligations that we cannot avoid. The things that you can't avoid that steal your happiness, avoid those things. The things that you can't avoid, because again, we all have certain obligations that we have to do no matter what. How can you turn those into something that would make you happy, right? Even if you don't want to do it. So again, like, how can you change the perspective, or, can you just look on the bright side, even if you have to do something you don't want to do. I would do that, because the more we focus on happiness with the Ten of Cups, the more happy we become, the more happy things we attract into our lives. For your outcome row, you have this forgive card. You also have this relax card. I do feel like some of you could be forgiving something from the past with the Ten of Swords. And I am not going to sugarcoat it, because I kind of feel the Ten of Swords sucks, right? And I feel like the Ten of Swords is saying that, there could be a situation where you were stabbed in the back and you kind of want answers, but you're not going to get the answers. And, I feel like the relax card is maybe saying that you're kind of getting comfortable with the idea of moving forward without getting answers. Also, over the next few months, you have the Page of Cups. So definitely could be love or an admirer coming in for you if you want love. The Page of Cups is also, he has this fish on this cup, and I always say that he needs to grab onto that fish and make sure that it doesn't jump into the water here. So if you have a dream, I look at him as being very dreamy, very imaginative, kind of like having an imagination or imagining some sort of dream. And I feel this is saying you need to grab on to whatever your dream is and really kind of, manifest it here on Earth. So whatever you can do to make something more legitimate, I think would be a great idea. I think the word legitimate is one of the key words of the rest of this year. I would actually say maybe until like March of next year, making something legitimate. So what the hell does that mean? It means that if you are starting a business, it's like, can you start social media pages about it? Like when you do that, maybe that's all you can do. Is like you have a business and maybe you don't have money. It's like maybe all you can do is start building a social media around it. It's like that you are then taking the idea and you're bringing it down to earth. And that is like one way that you can make it legitimate. Can you take what is the tiniest step you can take to make something legitimate? And that's all I would be thinking about with this energy. This is all I think about right now is making the things I want legitimate and taking them from the dreaminess and bringing them into reality. And so if you do that, then you'll take the right steps, you'll move in the right direction, and you'll find fulfillment, apparently, because you have the Nine of Cups here. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Ten of Swords. For some of you, I feel this is clearly a leadership change, which popped into my head earlier. So some of you, I don't really feel this is a big deal. I actually feel like this is a blessing in disguise. I also feel like this is something that you've already been feeling just in general. There you go. Like if you work in a group, there could be some sort of leadership change, and I feel like it's going to lighten up the energy and make things a lot better. For others, I feel that this is something that happened in a connection a while ago where you were like stabbed in the back, and I kind of feel like you are just letting it go without answers because maybe there are no answers. I kind of get the feeling of, being blindsided or it's like kind of being surprised by how something ended. And, again, I know that like mentally, I think that can really mess with people when, when you're just like totally blindsided, where you just don't see something coming, right? And I guess the good news, I would say, is that you are kind of finally letting this go. I also feel that you're kind of seeing the fact that something didn't work out with a person as a blessing in disguise. Next, in the area of your future feelings, really good. You have the Nine of Cups, which says you are feeling fulfilled, you are feeling happy, and you are feeling like you are in alignment with your goals, wishes, dreams, everything that you want. So, I would definitely make a wish with this Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is also about matching the energy of what you want. And so again, with this Ten of Cups right here, I feel that you need to make sure that you are matching the energy that you want and don't fall back into this. Like if you, for example, if you get into a new relationship here with this, then the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Swords, I feel like is saying, don't put the past energy on the new person, right? Make sure you're staying positive. Same thing in like work or business. I think it's easy in work or business. I work with a ton of people in business. I have for many years, and I cannot tell you how many people I've worked with where they start making a bunch of money, and what's the first concern that they have? That they're going to lose all the money. And I always say to those people, you've done it once. So even if it happens again, you can easily even if you do lose everything, you can do it again, right? And so I always tell people, like, don't do the whole, worrying about the future thing here where it's like you get something good and then you start worrying when it's going to end, because that's just going to pull you out of alignment. And the Nine of Cups is all about being in alignment. You have the Page of Wands. Yeah, like again, I feel very good about this as an outcome because I feel like you're feeling very enthusiastic. I feel the whole entire reading with the Death card is encouraging you to move towards things that make you feel good or make you feel enthusiastic. And the Page of Wands would kind of say that you are doing those things to move towards your love, joy, happiness, peace, all that other good stuff. With the Three of Wands and the Devil, you have the Lovers. Definitely could be new love if you want it. Could be any sign. Could be a fire sign. You have a little bit of everything here. So it could be any sign that's coming in for you. But if you want love, I would definitely go for it with this energy. Again, it is interesting that you have the Devil. Like, I would maybe be careful of past people, right? Getting involved. Or, this could say also that to allow love into your life, you have to let go of the past story with the Devil. I also think it's interesting that there are two seahorses. You have the seahorse over here and the Ten of Cups, which is the card of family. So, some of you could be attracting someone you'll have a family with. With the Death card, you have the Ten of Swords, which is definitely, in the area of your thoughts, is definitely saying that you are letting go of whatever this is. So I think you already are thinking about transforming, a past situation, and you can transform it by releasing it, forgiving it. And didn't you have a forgiveness card here? Yes, this card right here said forgive on it. So you could be forgiving it in your mind and releasing it, which would be bringing something new in for you because like you finally healed past it, right? With the Four of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. I think you have a lot going on. I'm pretty sure I've been saying this to you for a couple weeks now. It just seems to me like you're doing a lot. I don't even think this is a bad thing. I think you just have a lot going on. And, I really feel like there's nothing to say here other than, maybe make a little bit of time for yourself this month. I would say for the rest of the year, make sure that you're giving yourself some time and nurturing yourself. The Ten of Wands isn't really always a bad card. The Ten of Wands, he's about to have a harvest. It's really a good card. He has done a lot of work, but he's about to get the results or the fruits of his labor. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like, yeah, maybe you're busy, but I also kind of feel there's a lot of happiness here, which would say that you're getting the results for the work that you've done. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Four of Wands. I feel like saying they're not happy. I'm telling you right now, I feel like someone out there, this might only be for one of you, is like seeing their ex or something getting married or seeing them in a commitment. I do not think it's real, number one. It popped into my head. So again, if you're like thinking that they're happy or something, I don't think that's true. I also feel that the Four of Wands is, there is an element of the reading that is saying you need to set yourself free. So for a lot of you, this could just be talking about freedom in general or, making sure that you're doing things that make you feel more free. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles says start slow. It's like the tennis match of love. So if you're getting into a connection, it's kind of like you hit the ball to their side, wait for them to hit the ball to your side. And as long as there's equal give and take, and as long as you're paying attention, then things will be fine. It's really a card of like really paying attention to the energy you're receiving for the work that you're doing with a person. And so I would just, pay attention. With the Page of Cups, you have the Hierophant, marriage. So again, definitely could be a person that you will marry. This is also a card of exactly what I said. The Hierophant is the bridge between the heavens and the earth. I literally said on that Page of Cups that you have to take the first steps to take that vision and bring it into reality. So the Hierophant can sometimes represent outside the box thinking. You're an Aquarius, you should be pretty good at the whole outside the box thinking thing. So I would say any of your wacky ideas or any plans that you have that are different than what other people would do, those things could lead to a lot of success. With the Ten of Swords, you have the Four of Swords. Definitely very good. Four of Swords, card of healing. So like I said already, I feel you are healing from a past connection or a past heartbreak or something that happened, and this is obviously a good thing. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Two of Swords. Yes, didn't I say something? I'm pretty sure I said at the beginning of the reading, it's almost like you don't think you can have something that you want, but you can't. And the other thing is that the Two of Swords with the Nine of Cups can sometimes say, like, just be flexible in how you get what you wish for. It might not look exactly how you want it, but it's still going to be very good. It's like very rarely in life do I think that we ever do things turn out exactly how we think they are, right? But I think you need to be flexible here because, this could be better. Things could be turning out better than expected, but you also need to allow it with the Two of Swords. I kind of feel like the Two of Swords is encouraging you to be flexible in what you receive because, again, I think the universe is trying to get you to something better. With the Page of Wands, you have the Two of Pentacles, very busy. Two of Pentacles, sorry, is a card of work hard, play hard. But it's also a card of spinning plates and doing a lot. So a lot of you, could just be very busy, or you could be doing quite a bit at this time. And I feel like the Two of Pentacles is encouraging that balance. You have this purse card. It says pay attention to your finances. Again, I think everybody should pay attention to their finances until 2026, basically. So we're going to see a lot of changes with money over the next couple of years. Mark my words, money will be very different by the time we get to 2026. There's going to be some sort of major change. And I'm not talking about a collapse here, although that could be part of it. Buckle up, as I've been saying, because there's going to be a lot of shocking changes. But, I would just pay attention. Don't be paranoid. Don't, freak out, but just keep an eye on your finances. You have this hand card that says, in need of help, assistance, or guidance. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask for help. Ten of Cups says there are a lot of people that want to help you and assist you and want to help you grow. So, allow that to happen. You have this Gong card. It says an exciting event. There could be a lot of excitement coming in for you, and I would just allow it. Have fun, enjoy yourself with that Ten of Cups. You also have this May card, and you have this ladder card. It says climbing towards success. Yes, I think I said March, right? Like earlier in the reading, but it could be until May that you're kind of climbing towards success, putting in the work. So again, that makes sense to me. You have this Ram card. It says a stubborn, aggressive person. Yeah, I would just avoid the past person. We have a bunch of retrogrades at the end of the year here. Retrogrades can bring back past people or can trigger us when we think about past people. So, again, this person is probably just stubborn. I really don't think you're going to get answers with that Ten of Swords. And even if you do get answers, they're probably lies. So I wouldn't even bother. I would just heal and move on, which I think the reading is encouraging. But overall, very positive. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.